Okay, now go to cloud.oracle.com, click on sign in, select cloud account with identity cloud service, enter your cloud account name, click on my services. It will ask you for your username and password. Then it will redirect you to the dashboard of, and you can view all your cloud services. Click on customers dashboard, select developer cloud service and click on show. Scroll down, click on open service console. If you have not created a DevCS instance, you can create a new DevCS instance using create instance command. Click on create instance. You can give your instance name, notification email, description, tag, and click on next. I have already provisioned a DevCS instance. So now click on hamburger icon, click on access service instance. It will redirect you to the developer cloud service dashboard. Over here, I've already created 4 to 5 projects. If you have not created any projects, you can click on new project. You can give the name, description, whether it should be a private or a shared project. Just click next. You can either create an empty project or initial Git repository or import a project. I will be creating an empty project. You can select the project properties, the wiki, documentation. It can be the markdown, Confluence or textile, and click on finish. I have already created few of the projects. So it will try to initialize all the modules such as project, code, Maven, releases, snippet, merge request, issues, agile, build, deploy, Docker registry, wiki. Each and every module will be initialized for your project. So as soon as your projects get initialized, you will be redirected to your dashboard of the project. Over here, you can add new users to the project. You add your team members, clicking on new member. You can see the users metrics for each and every user. You can see all the repositories inside your one project. Now let's go and create an issue. Okay, I've already created one issue, create initial Git repository. If you have not created any issue, click on new issue. You can give the name, create repository, description, type will be task. You can either select it should be defect, epic, feature, story, or a task. You can select the owner of the issue. You can select the due date, the estimation days to complete this Jira ticket. You can select the story points. For this one will be the one. And you can click on create issue. You can view all your issues over here. Now let's go and create an agile board. Click on hamburger icon, click on agile. I've already created one of the boards. You can create a new board, or you can configure a board using the new board command. I've created a test board. You can create a new board using Click on new board. You can either create a Scrum board or a Kanban board. Estimation should be the story point or estimated days. You can give the name of the board. For this demo, I've already created this test board. You can create a new sprint using new sprint tab. You can name the sprint as sprint 2. This total story point should be included in sprint 2. Click OK. Now the new sprint has been created. Since I've created a new ticket, I will be moving this ticket to sprint 2. I've got 2 sprints at a time. Now I'll be starting the sprint 1 and start the sprint 1. I can decide the start date and end date for this sprint and the story points which are required to complete this sprint. Click on start. Now click on active sprints. The active sprint is the sprint 1. Now you can see there is a to-do in progress completed. You can see the reports, burnout chart, sprint report, cumulative flow chart, control charts. You can see all your epics. You can see completed sprints. Currently there are no epics and no completed sprints. You can configure your board pretty easily. You can decide upon progress states. You can add a new progress state. You can decide which should be the conditions for the completed ones. Resolve, 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 duplicate. If it's not, the verified should not be a condition for the completed state. Click on just removing the conditions. You can easily remove the conditions. You can add a new progress state called verify code. And you can add those unassigned conditions to this new progress state. You can increment this new progress state. Click on save. It's been saved. Click on active sprints. The new state called verify code has been added to your agile board. Now let's go to build. We'll be creating a new continuous integration job. For that, we have already created a new repository, a Git repository. If you have not created a new Git repository, go to projects, click on new repository. You can create a new Git repository or import an existing repository or initialize a repository with a README. For this demo, I've already created a new repository called TwitterFeed. I've imported this repository from GitHub. You can easily search this code. This is the new feature, static tweets. I can see all the codes which contain this keyword, static tweets. Click on hamburger icon, click on build. Click on new job. Create first job. Description, software template. Select Java build slave, create job. You can now configure your job. For configure the source control, add a source control as a Git. Your newly imported Git repository. Mine is TwitterFeed. You can give the build parameters. You can add the build parameters, whether it's a string parameter or you want to give the parameters at runtime like boolean choice or password. Build environment, select the build environment as either SonarQube, copying artifacts, Oracle Maven repository connection, or SSH configuration. For the builders, we'll be selecting the Maven builder. We'll be defining the goals as clean and assembly. We'll be defining the post-build actions Add post-build action as an artifact archiver, and one more post-build action as JUnit publisher for your test cases. For files to be archived, we will be selecting the target files. Compression should be gzip. For JUnit publisher, we will be publishing the Surefire reports. Now go to settings for the job. You can see the softwares like the Java Build Slave, which involves the Java software, and Firefox Git Maven for Maven 3.3 for building our application. For click on triggers, we will be adding a trigger, SEM pulling trigger every 30 minutes. Click on save. Now we will be building a new job. Click on build now. A new job has been initiated. So as soon as this job gets completed, we'll be deploying our application, ACCS Application Container Cloud Service.